Okay, great. Thank you, Luis. I'm actually at home, but my daughter is eating on the table. She just came from school, and I connected with the phone. Sometimes it works better. And yeah, this second lightning lesson. Last week we I was on the road and we and Luis had a kind of conversation, um, which was great. This theme of today is making space for connection and shifting awareness. And yeah, we might maybe do a little practice and then go to potentially conversation. Um, so again, my name is Uri. I live in a small town in not far from Pisa in Tuscany. Uh, and I'm a facilitator, a father, an artist, not necessarily in this order. And I found theater at a point of my life that I was, yeah, soul searching, the one word for it, but broken, another word for it, and and kind of trying to find some humanity within myself. And I think it's very much a journey still, and there's still a lot of steps on this road, I feel. But I am very happy to share something. I don't know if I've learned, but something that I sense around awareness. And what is awareness really? Um, well, um, I'd be interested to know what's awareness for you later on. I will say with my definition is right now is something that I'm paying attention to within myself or also outside. And in this context, the invitation maybe, and we can check in with our body. So last week we talked about embody check-in, so we can kind of check in with our body and maybe notice how is our body. Is it tense? Is it flowing? Is it sleepy? Is it awake? Is it what is it that is alive in me? And there's no need to do anything else besides just kind of bringing our awareness to our body. So kind of landing and paying attention to the body and our whether we're sitting or standing or lying down. How is our body? And then as we scan, we can also bring our awareness to our awareness. So, what are we paying attention to? So, who is thinking? Who is paying attention to what I'm paying attention? Just noticing, kind of bringing that awareness. And we can also pay attention to the social field, so, or the social body or the social sphere. So, this could be the people in the room where we are or in the house where we are. So right now, my daughter is in the table in front of me, so she's part of my social body here, and she's rocking with the chair and looking at her phone. So that's part of my awareness, social awareness. But not only like this house, although we're just the two of us, it has neighbors, it has other houses. It also have memories of my partner and my other daughter that are not currently here, but they're part of that, our social body. So one way is to kind of pay attention to the social sphere where I am and the social structures. Just noticing, there's no judging, it's good, it's right, I like it, I don't like it. It's just noticing. And there is also our social body, so our virtually connected social body connecting through this screen or those screens. And some of us might know each other or read each other's words, but we're in different parts of the world, but we still are somehow connected. So just kind of paying attention to that connection to each other. Again, no need to name anything particular or um, just paying attention to that we're here in our bodies right now, in our social bodies connected. And how does that feel? Is there a particular quality to that connection? Maybe it has a sound or smell or just an image that comes from that. Maybe there's nothing, color. Hmm. Um, just noticing again our bodies, and if our body wants to do something, we can allow that to move or shift. There is something that feels like different, so we just find a position. And maybe we can also take on a shape or that somehow embodies how do we feel right now, like our sense of connection to each other, to the social body, to ourselves. If it was an image, what kind of body image was that? And so we can just search a little bit. Maybe it's not so clear in the beginning, so just kind of searching. Sometimes it's a moving image. So great. So whatever we found is great. And we're just kind of gonna offer it one by one if it's okay. Just offering our image, and if we want to kind of narrate or something, that's also fine. So my image is something like this. My hands are kind of moving, a little bit giving, a little bit coming back. And, if you want, you can explore that image. But there's something about finding connection beyond the screen and connecting. I feel like there is some kind of image of space and stars, that the space, they're very far away, but they're part of us. So it's kind of like I feel now, like you are space and stars, and somehow you're very far, but the your presence affects how I am. So it's kind of like a embodied astrology effect. And yeah, and I pass it to Luis.
Yeah. Hmm. So for me, there were different images that came up, and I really connected to the social field. And yeah, my daughter, and my daughter's 31. And she's not here in this home. She's in a different province. I'm in Canada. Uh, and so tenderness, just this tenderness came up. and cooling and rose, just this color of rose. And then I have the snow in the back of my yard, and yesterday I was doing snow angels, and it was cold, but that felt good because I could shape the snow any way I want. Yeah, there's a lot of movement here with my shoulders and my hands. Lots of different energy. Hmm. Yeah, Fabio.
Okay, take your energy. So, uh, I like to feel more. Usually, when I make movement practice, I'm more. I don't know. I let it go, but also watching what else comes to my senses, my perception. This is. I felt the snow in my hand before. This is really good to feel how I am and how I would be. Maybe you don't see like anything. It's a problem with the. Okay. Okay. So I feel you are connected in this aesthetic space somehow. And there it
Hmm.
goes to uh Elate. I give it to you.
Mhm.
Mm, thank you. Beautiful. So these are all very short, 30 minutes type of experiments right now. And during the pandemic, uh, lockdown, all of that, me, like other people in my field, start to explore these virtual spaces. And with theater, it's not something that people before were very engaged in. I did some experiments actually, but really a situation where now I'm teaching like a class of students that I never met and maybe will never meet online, newspaper theater or other type of theater. It's very strange in a way. But one of the reasons that do it, that I pursue it, is that what I discovered in the beginning of this Zoom world initiation back in 2020 is that there's so much that moves through this space. So I have this kind of long improvisation with a friend who is from Senegal and from Italy, and we were improvising for an hour, and I have the recordings of it, and we see how our movements are kind of connected. We're not even looking at the screen, right? So I was fascinated with this kind of field of awareness that we seem to have access to. And I'm still fascinated with that. And I'm also in awe, but also a little bit fearful, because what it tells me about the world right now is that there is such a level of entanglement with all this technology that we're created and using, that it's really difficult to be fair right now. Like, where do I start? Where is my social body? Where is this other social body starts? Where, like, everything is so entangled in terms of awareness. Like, maybe it always was like that, but there's something about how that is kind of. So again, as a father of young girls, and also a man that went through war and sees war in the country where he comes from, unfolding, it's a kind of an, yeah, and yeah, there is a part of me that's very scared, but also there is a part of me that says, okay, maybe we're just we're rediscovering something, we're rediscovering something, and we'll figure it out. And I don't know if you saw, there is a Prime Video series called The Wheel of Time. It's based on sci-fi books series called The Wheel of Time, and they have really this movement of the hands we just did, and there's like both men and women that can channel, and they can channel into one source, and they make all this very kind of crazy magic things. Um, and it has a lot of, anyway, the series is now canceled, but I think there is a lot in it that really resonates with how my understanding of what things are like, so yeah, and that we're rediscovering that, like, our capacity to kind of energetically weave the patterns of things and be together. So that's something it came up to me also with all the hands that were kind of going on between us. As, oh, we're weaving the patterns, and um, yeah, and part of doing this lightning lesson is kind of a little bit of exploring this Maven space and see if we can get some people in the so-called workspace to be interested in this sort of work. And because I'm uh, doing my kind of theater that reconnects, which is how I'm calling my work now, facilitation course on Maven. And I've done one in October, and the next one is in February. And in between, I'm doing just short sessions and kind of building upon it. So that's my interest. I would love to hear more of you, what brings you here and what you're taking. Again, thinking that it's kind of like a check-in with a check-out together, but something that you're bringing also from our exploration. And if you feel like sharing a bit about yourself. Um, and maybe I'll start with Luis, who jumped in last week, and since then we're partnering on that. So, our conversation was on my Substack. So, Luis.
Um, hmm. Um, it's nice to see Fabio, and I don't know how to say your name. Is it Eiley? Eiley? Yeah. Awesome. Um, yeah, it's good to be in the space here with you, to be connected. Um, I'm resonating with what you just said, Uri. I hadn't considered, you know, we are weaving the patterns. And so, what are the patterns we are weaving? I think for me, the, I don't, in terms of today's exploration, I'm not 100% sure what I'm bringing, but my curiosity is, and I think what happened for me last week when you and I were just going back and forth is I had this realization. I just, so for Fabio and Eiley, like I'm I work in the nonprofit, but I have my own business. I'm a consultant, I'm a leadership coach. But prior to that, I was an executive director. And I've always had an interest in theater. And for me, theater has been a way to have voice and have agency and work through some trauma. And I have this longing, this ache, like how to bring it into the work that I do, because it's always, when I bring little bits, it's just always so powerful for groups and for me, right? There's an exchange. And so I had a moment, and I've been on this journey with Uri for a while. I kind of follow him, whatever he's doing. I try to show up because there's always something creative, and I'm learning something new, and I'm being pushed to an edge that sometimes I don't like because it's often about technology. I'm 61, okay, so there's some things about technology that like um, and yet. Um, I do feel like a connection and a calling. And so last week something happened. It was as if something opened up for me. And I just went, hold on a second. Embodied teams is already what I do. Like I already do that. I don't have to actually create, do anything else. It's already something that I do. And to just kind of be able to sit in that and to claim that and then to go, oh, maybe I could do something with Uri. Like and maybe I could just step into that with more confidence and a deeper knowing. And so that's kind of what happened, I think, for me. And that's what's so I showed up today because I'm still curious. So I'm showing up curious, and there's two new people, which makes my heart happy. Yeah. Okay, I took up a lot of time there. Sorry. Done.
Yeah, you can pass it along, or or anyone who wants to take it
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, I'll let Eileen or Fabio decide who wants to go next.
Yeah, and
This is what happens. We're too
yes,
polite.
this is very like you go, no, you go. This, this is,
It's kind of like that. I can go if you want it. Okay. Okay. I met your this call while I was looking for Theater of the Oppressed. I'm also subscribed to the Theater that Reconnects, the event that starts tomorrow. So I have seen also uh, this thing that resonates to me, awareness. And I have to say, this was how to say made me discover something. Yeah, I didn't really join the Zoom group during COVID-19 because was more in presence for some kind of luck I had. So this is cool too, to feel the connection between the screen. I think this could be really powerful. You said before to connect to people from Senegal, and yeah, maybe I kind of like judge the technology, but don't understand the potentiality behind. So this can be a journey to discover connection in this different way. But yeah, we aren't just senses. We aren't just present in the same room. We are present in the this entanglement you said before. I like this idea. So I wanted to today I'm here to discover what you do before starting the next. Actually, I'm doing a thesis on theater of the oppressed. That's why I'm so interested. I interviewed many people that do this in Italy. I didn't know you Uri were here because I'm like in Carrara, that's near Pisa. So yeah, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Uh, and you know, it's a call, something you, yeah, you search for it, but you also wait for it, no? So I like to discover this new path in this connection.
Mm, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for naming the call. Also, it's a call. Yes. And yeah, we're not far away. And yeah, we should talk highly.
In terms of entanglement, I think that technology is weakening our ability to feel these things on our own. I think I heard you say it, Yuri, in something that I think somebody that you knew that used to work at Google was saying that the technologies are things that humans are already capable of anyways. So I wanted to say that on entanglement. I think that the screen allows us to see each other, but like I'm already connected to you, Yuri, because I've been reading your words. So you're not connected to me yet, but I'm already entangled with you. I appreciate what you're doing. I am on a self-directed study to become a facilitator of the work that reconnects. I've been a dancer, mover, performer my entire life. And this past year, I became friends with grief as I processed the loss of my mother. And as I sat with that grief, it opened other portals to a lot more grief that I had been stuffing down and blocking inside my body for most of my life. And the other big thing that happened about a year ago was that I learned that I'm autistic, and I have been I'm tired of putting on the mask to be socially appropriate and be what people expect of me based on how I present gender wise and how they perceive me cognitively. So um, I'm that's why I'm following you and stalking you on the interwebs wherever I can, because I'm looking for ways to connect with humans that aren't always cognitive first and verbal first, because I'm that's how I exist in the world. My body understands things, and then it takes a while to that bubble up, and I usually have to do that by myself to understand, for my brain to understand what my body understands. So I'm interested in exploring how we get to the other side of this nightmare that we're living in right now, in my opinion, the great unraveling, and bring a more embodied, playful, mythological, imaginative, multi-dimensional approach to building a better way of living in the world.
Mm, amen. Beautiful. Yeah. So I'm on my free Zoom account. I have my university Zoom account. For some reason, the Maven doesn't allow me to connect my university account, so I'm connected with my. So it has a 45 minutes limit that we're getting close to. But basically, just weaving everyone together. It's beautiful that, by chance, the three of you represent three of the threads of theater that reconnects. Theory U and social presence theater, theater of the oppressed, and work that reconnects. And yeah, I feel it's a journey, it's a collective journey that I'm on. And I feel that there's a lot of people that have been teaching me and will teach me what this journey is about, really. But I feel, yeah, and there is something about, yeah, what Alfred Tolle, who used to be a CEO of CMO of Google in Ireland. He said in an interview I made of him, and said that now, and he left Google and created this wisdom together, and he said, um, in his understanding, all the technology we created are reproducing something that we can already do on without it. So again, from the optimistic, positivist lens that I look at life is like, what if we're creating all these technologies to reawake that capacity? It's kind of like a jump starting. That's the positive side. Negative side, that it weakens, so, or that it actually gets our away from that capacities. The thing is that, we don't know, we're not prophets, and so we don't know where is it all leading. But I do feel that I choose, let's say, I choose to stay optimistic and positivistic in that sense, and at the same time cautious and critical and self-critical, which is the hardest and most important part. Like, and yeah, I have a lot to do, a lot of work to do. I am realizing that I have a lot of work to do, and we have a lot of work to do. So thank you for showing up. And to next week, so tomorrow starts the Beyond the News. So Fabio, that's great you're joining that 5 weeks journey. And next week I'll do another lightning lesson around the pause and the marks, which and the 18, and then I added another one on the 24. So it will be a sequence of 4, and then we'll see. Life is mysterious in that way. So. And if it's okay, Luis will send me the recording. If it's okay with you, I will share it in my Substack. If it's not okay, just let me know. And I'll just share the parts that you're not on or something like that. Okay. So thanks a lot, and have a great day, evening, and do reach out if you want to figure out our entanglement. We're already entangled, so if you want to figure that out, where it leads, please reach out. And yeah, thanking you for showing up as you are fully here today.
Thank you, Uri, Fabio, Ari.
Thank you all. It's been a pleasure, and see you tomorrow, and maybe also next week. It would be cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.